It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And we've got a couple of franchises who broke into the league together back in 1995. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Where the Gator Bowl once stood, now stands this facility. TIAA Bank Field, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Hewitt. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Matthew Wright set to get this one started. And we're off from Jacksonville. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 47. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. And a man is there to knock that away. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Oh, stiff arm. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. He sends this one to the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
Straight to the air here, it's Young. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They send a tight end in motion. On 2nd and 10, Young. Getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here's a give to Hubbard. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Young working from the gun. It's caught, that's Thielen. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Running right, here's Hubbard. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopped by Foye Oluoku. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Hubbard again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Sam Martin on now to punt it away on 4th. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. 2nd drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He gets this one to Strange. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Lawrence now off the play action. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. Able to find Strange here. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Motion man left is Brown. They'll run, ETN. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Couldn't connect there, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Lawrence on 3rd and goal. Pass it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They're going to try with ETN. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Jaguars stretch their early lead to 9. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on 4th and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that, that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on 4th down.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Dowdle now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, here's Young. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. This is reeled in by Leggett. Keeps himself upright. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. 1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's Panthers football. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. Shotgun snap now to Young. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
A tight end in motion now. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Here's Young to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone.
And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Panthers start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Extra point try is good by Wright. And the Panthers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Jaguars done running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. ETN gets it on the draw. And they're ready for him at the line. Couldn't manage anything there.
He's lucky to get back to the line. I think he knows it, too. That play was in trouble early with how well the defense, Kate, read it from the beginning. And he did his best just to get back and break even.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Lawrence working from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Jaguar first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Connection made, Travis Etienne. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Thomas. And they make the tackle at the 38. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's gonna keep it this time. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Putting a receiver in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Receiver in motion going left. Here's ETN on 1st down. Finds a big lane. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down from the red zone. Has it on the slant. Touchdown, Jacksonville. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars make it a 10-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Raheem Blackshear now to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They've got first down from the 31. Out of the gun, Young. That's complete till he gets. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Counter play, Hubbard. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Everbank. The Panthers pushing for a late spark before halftime. 2nd and 3 now. Rush coming for Young. Throw complete to Thielen. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. To the air on first down, Young. Tremble with the grab. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Dumped off to his running back. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They are throwing it again. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers make it a one-score game before halftime. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Return coming from the 6. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Now, after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. First down throw, Lawrence. ETN on the catch. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 42. That's taken in by ETN. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He gets this one to Strange. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. He'll get this to ETN. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So here comes the kick team for what will be a very long attempt. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. This will not connect. Not enough leg and too far left as well. And they are unable to double their lead.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60+ is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing it just before halftime. First play, he's going for it to the end zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by Tyson Campbell. So we're halfway through this contest from Jacksonville. The hometown Jaguars out in front. Now we'll keep it in state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report. One of the top performers in that first half was the running back Travis Etienne. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Dowdle now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Carolina ready to get things started on offense to begin the third. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Connection made to Tremble. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Stopped by Foye Oluokun.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 28. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Thielen's got it, complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now Young. It's caught. That's Thielen. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap now to Young. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Out of the gun, Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for it. Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
Out now runs the Jaguars offense. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Fits it through the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Lawrence working from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 37. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now it's Lawrence. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And 4th and 4 coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Dowdle now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. Jukes out a one-stop. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Young working from the gun. Escapes out to the left. He's keeping it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air on 1st down, Young. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tight end going in motion here. On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Running back sent in motion. Young to throw here on 3rd. He has the 1st over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's a give to Hubbard. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They'll send him over right. Here's 2nd and 14. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Panthers have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Looking to throw, Young. Hubbard hauls it in. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
This is Hubbard running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
2nd and 3 now. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. ETN again. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd and 4. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Trying it right side with ETN. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. This throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They'll run, ETN. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal. Conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
One more time with Etienne. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars make it a two-possession game here in the fourth. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Jags offense hasn't left since the touchdown. They're going for 2 here. He's throwing for it. And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Blackshear on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Panthers set to take the field. And you and I both know, Brock, they, like so many teams in this league, fans of establishing the run to begin a football game. Well, I'm looking at my watch, I'm looking up at the scoreboard. We're sometime into this one now, and they still haven't been able to establish it against this defense.
Yeah, kind of like when we walk into a defensive meeting room and sit with the D coordinator, and what is his #1 premise each and every week? Stop the run. Stop the run.
Yep.
Because you know if you create that kind of imbalance and you take away the run, you have a chance of playing pretty good defense like they've done.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Young on the play action. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
On 2nd and 10, Young escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Jaguars, well, they must be thinking pass here, huh? They're in the dime. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Colorado.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Jaguars back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Counter give to ETN. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's on the move. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now to throw. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Here he is to throw. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now a carry by ETN. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They go right back to ETN. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. A give right side, here's Bigsby. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They run it again with Bigsby. And he's going to be brought down after running this to the 8. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. It's a gain of only 1. Still 3 yards to go here on 4th down. They're going to try with Etienne. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Young to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the 2nd half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.